Assalamu alaikum dear students. My name is Mohammad Asif and presenting the online video lecture series of visual programming. Students, this is our week number 3rd and lecture number 4. In our previous lecture we have covered few topics, that is what is typecasting within the C sharp, then implicit and explicit typecasting. Then we have learned the dynamic initialization of the variables, operators used in C sharp, that is arithmetic operators, comparison and logical operators. And at the end we have learned the conditional statement, which is if statements. First we have learned if else statement, then nested if else statement, and also we have learned the switch statement within the C sharp. Student, in today's lecture we will also learn that what is loops and how loops will be implemented in C sharp. So within the loop we will also learn the types of the loops and the syntax of the loops. So there are 4 types of loop. Being a programmer and being a computer science student, we already know about the for loop, the while loop, do while loop, but in the C sharp now we have a new type of a loop which is called for each loop. So at the end of this lecture we will also learn the syntax of for each loop. The introduction to loops, that is what is loop. So if you can see, a loop is a use for repetition, and or you can say it the use to execute set of statements or a block of statement until and unless some condition becomes satisfied. For example, when you are displaying some numbers from 1 to 10 or 100 to 200, you have to initialize it from the 1 and up to 10, and within the loop variable will be incremented by 1. So through this we will be moving from 1 to 100 or 10. So we will be incrementing. What is the purpose of a loop? The purpose of a loop is to repeat the same or similar code for number of times. So loop mean repetition. So what are the types of different loops? There are in C sharp there are 4 types of loop. Number 1, the for loop, the while loop, do while loop, and the last one is a for each loop. So let's see what is the for loop, and then we will be discussing the other loops. The syntax of a for loop, again this is a type of loop, so we will be repeating some statement or set of statements. So what is the syntax? Again we will be a keyword for, then the initialization of a variable, semicolon, then the condition, then we will be incrementing or decrementing the variable, and within the body we will be having loop of the body. So first we will be initializing, then the controls go to the condition, third the body will be executed unless and until the condition becomes true, or you can say it the satisfied. So at the fourth the control goes to the incrementation or the decrementation. So this is how the loops in C sharp. Next we will be having the while loop. So what is the syntax of while loop? Again this is loop, so it will be repeat some statement or block of statement. So what is the syntax? First we will be initializing the loop variable, then we will be having the keyword while, and we will be having the condition, the certain condition that at how many number of time the block will be executed. So within the body we will be having loop body and incrementation and decrementation of the variable. So incrementation and decrementation will be depend on the situation where you want to use at which line. So it should be used at the start of the body, or mid of the body, or at the end of the loop body. So this is the while loop. Now let's come to words. the syntax of a do while loop. The syntax, first we will be initializing the variable, then we will be having the keyword do. After the keyword we will be having the body of the loop. So body of the loop, and within the body we will be again the incrementation or decrementation of a variable. So again the incrementation and decrementation will be depend on the situation. It could be used at the start or at the mid or at the end of the body. At the end of the body we will be using the while keyword and the certain condition. At the end there will be a semicolon. So first time this loop body will be executed whether the condition are true or false, because in our previous two loops first the initialization will be done, then the condition will be checked. If the condition is true, then the body will be executed. But in the do while loop there is a small difference, that first we will be initializing, then the body will be executed, and at the end the condition will be checked. If it is true, then it will goes back to the start of the body. But it is false, then it will be exit. But first time the loop body will be executed. So now let's see the fourth type of a loop, which is the for each loop. So students, we have already learned and programmed for the for loop, the while loop, and the do while loop in different computer languages. But if you can see here we have a fourth type of loop in C#, which is again I will say it a special type of loop, because it depends on the element of an array, or you can say it the collection of items. When executing for each loop, it traversing item in an collection or in an array. For each loop is useful for traversing each item in an array or collection and display one by one. So for each loop is generally used for iteration through array elements in different programming languages. So it means this loop is used in the different programming languages like C# and Java. So if we summarize this topic, for each loop, number one, it is used for the iteration. Second, this loop depends on the element of an array or collection of items. Third, this loop is useful for traversing of each item within the array. So students, before implementing the for each loop within the C#, first we need to learn what is an array and how the array will be declared and used within the C#. Then inshallah we will learn and program that how the for each will be used within the C# programming. So now let's see the syntax of the for each loop. If you can see the keyword for each, then within the bracket the data type and space, then loop variable. Then again this is a keyword, space keyword in, then space array name. Then we will be starting body and ending body. So the body of the for each loop. If you can see, there is no initialization, no condition, and no incrementation or decrementation, because you cannot initialize, you cannot give them the condition, and you cannot increment or decrement this loop, because this loop is fully dependent on the array. So if we have an array of 5 elements, let's say of integer type, then the variable data type will also be integer, because the elements, or you can say it, the values will be transferred one by one within the loop variable. So if the value is integer, then the loop type will also be integer. If the data type of the array is string, then this loop variable data type will also be a string. So the values of the array will be transferred to loop variable one by one. So if the first value is transferred to loop variable, the loop will be executed once. If we have 5 elements within the array, this loop will be executed 5 times. So as we already discussed in our previous slide, that for each loop is fully dependent on the array. If we have 10 elements within the array, the loop variable will receive 10 values one by one. So this loop will be iterated 10 times. So student, this is how the for each loop. So student, before implementing the for each loop, first we must learn the arrays in C#. Inshallah, in the next videos, we will first learn what is array, how it will be declared. Then within the array topic, we will use the for each loop. Students, it is enough for today's lecture, in which we have learned what are loops and what are the different types of loop and their syntax. I hope you have learned all these topics, and if you have any question regarding this lecture, you may ask me on my official email address, that is asif@northern.edu.pk. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.